Hi guys, welcome back to Gym Girls Unfiltered. Today's gonna be a little bit fun of an episode. We wanted to talk about main character in the gym, becoming that girl in and out of the gym, and just building confidence, building boundaries, and yeah, you guys take it away. What are your thoughts here?
I think first we wanted to kind of talk about like our routines, especially on days when we do not even feel like doing anything. And I know I definitely have things that I do every morning, even midday, and especially at night to like make me feel good, make me just feel like I'm taking care of myself, especially days I'm off. So I guess we could all start with a morning routine that we like. And I think it'd be
Absolutely.
cool if like our followers like kind of like compare them. But for me, morning, every single morning, no matter if I'm working or if I'm off like from work, I always get up. I take Boone outside first thing, and then I come back. I always have a delayed pot of coffee ready, and I take my morning steps. I drink my morning drink, and then I make my coffee, as I have right now. And if I feel like in a rush in the mornings and I don't give myself enough time to do that, I just feel like so anxious, so stressed the rest of the day. It especially affects my digestion, which puts me in the worst mood ever. So like even if I have to be somewhere at like 6 in the morning, I will wake up at 4:30 or 5 just to make sure I have time to do that.
I'm the same way. I'm like, I need my routine. I think we're all type A girlies here. But yeah, I always make sure to, as silly as it sounds, like have a little time block where I have my time. And it's for me, and I have my little morning routine before I get into whether I'm going to the gym or whether I'm doing client check-ins. And one thing that I started doing too, because I think all of us are big on our coffee in the morning, I started sitting outside with no distractions on the patio for 10 minutes. I set a 10-minute timer right before I go into my work block for the day. And I just sit there with my coffee. I feel the breeze on my face. I soak in the surroundings. And that's been helping a lot, I feel like, with my morning routine.
Yeah, I have had the same morning routine for months, probably years, and it is like so to the T. I wake up every day to do the same thing. So I get out of bed, I do my vacuums, I take my fasted weight, I come to the kitchen, I empty the dishwasher, I put our laundry in the laundry room, and then I sit down and I have like four different journals. So I write down in this journal, this is every single thing I need to get done for the day. And then I cross it off as the day goes. I read my Bible. I journal in like a free note journal, and I look up on Pinterest like a morning reminder or like morning mantra for the day and write
I
that
love
down.
that.
Yeah, every single day I look something up on Pinterest. And then I also do like my 5 minute journal, which if you don't have that, that is the best journal and I recommend it to everyone. It's so quick and easy and you just reflect in the morning and reflect at night. And then I also make my cup of coffee, which I have right here. And then after that, I'll usually either go train or do my fasted cardio. But just having all of those like easy boxes checked off before my day even starts just leaves my day so much less stressed.
And I feel
Yeah.
like having a routine like days when you've like yesterday, oh my god, y'all, I woke up, I just felt so terrible because the day before work, like I didn't want to do anything, but like having little steps, like like you're gonna get up, you're gonna make your coffee, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna be patient, have a slow morning. Those just make me feel so much better and like just on track with my day, even when I feel like the world is like crashing down. But for me, I
Mhm.
used to have the worst time sleeping. When I met Caroline, especially because I've known Alani for like the last 3 years. But when me and Caroline became friends this past year, like I was sleeping like 4 or 5 hours a night, and she would always be like, "You need to sleep, girl. Like, why can't you sleep?" And a lot of it is because I was just like so stressed, and I lacked that routine going to bed. So before bed for me, I always have like my dinner around like 7:30, 8, and I always just sit down and rot on the couch for at least like 45 minutes to an hour because that's literally the only time in my day I have just to sit down and not think about anything. And it's important for me to get off my phone at the end of the day because if I'm scrolling on social media, I will just like feel anxious or stressed and just find myself like kind of comparing myself sometimes to like
Absolutely.
not even like people's like bodies or their fitness journey, but like their lives or like why can't my life look as good as that, or why does my apartment look so messy and theirs like looks so nice. So
Totally.
just like taking time to wind down and just reflect on me and not worry about anyone else has been a
Yeah.
huge like nighttime routine for me.
I think that's huge too, is that nighttime routine because it helps so much to get like recovery in your sleep. And that's something that I feel like I've tried to get better about too, is kind of taking off those hats. Like whether you're still thinking about work, I'm trying to be actively taking off that work hat or even the bodybuilder hat, right? I think that kind of goes with the social media piece of a lot of times we're thinking about what are other people doing on social media, what like you start scrolling. So I've been trying to really actively like put my phone down at night and like shut my brain off, and I think that that helps so much to get deep sleep. Like that's something that is overlooked. Like it seems so silly, but I will literally, I'll light my candles. I have my little LED candles because of the cats, so we don't light the apartment on fire.
Oh my
And I
gosh,
like turn
speaking
all the
of
big lights
cats,
down.
did you guys see Gianna's cat
What
jumped up
happened?
on? Oh my gosh, Gianna, do you have a touch stove?
We
I
don't.
saw
Thank
that
God.
Yeah, did you see that?
they turned the broiler on or
Yeah,
something.
Gianna's cat turned the broiler on yesterday and the house caught on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
Okay,
anyway,
well, definitely keeping the LED lights. I literally
yeah,
got some from Amazon that like look like they flicker, and they're like the candlesticks,
yeah, I
and
know
they're
what you're talking
gold
about.
because they've already knocked them over too. So, anyways, kind of a tangent on my part, but I feel like just kind of setting the mood for letting yourself go to bed and get good rest is huge.
Yeah, back to what you said, Kate. I know we were kind of talking about our morning routines, but I think something else, and like this kind of goes on with the social media thing, and this is something I'm working on. I'm not great at it. I am definitely someone who wakes up in the morning and is like, what's someone else doing? Where are they at? Blah blah blah. And I'm trying to get better at it. But I think something you do that's really great, Kate, and maybe you can kind of talk about is it really comes down to something we often talk about, and that's mindset. And like if you wake up and you're going on your phone and you're constantly already like locked in and doom scrolling, you're gonna waste away so much time and you're already gonna go into the day feeling awful. And I know Kate usually like listens to a podcast on her way to work in the morning or before she goes into work, just to kind of set the tone for the day, knowing that she is going to be in the hospital all day. So maybe you could talk about how that helps with your mindset, Kate.
Yeah, and like the podcasts I listen to in the morning before work, they aren't like a productive podcast, but it's something I enjoy, and most of the time it's like a bodybuilding podcast, and it's not like people talking about like, oh, finances, this is how you save your money. And I think a lot of people feel like they have to listen to stuff like that if they adult like want to be successful in life. But I like to listen to something I like to listen to, and it just makes me feel so just like motivated to get to my day. And listening to like bodybuilding podcasts or like fitness gym podcasts makes me feel like, okay, like these people are just so inspirational to me. I can do this 12-hour shift, no problem. And it just also lets you do something you want to before like you go and like are trapped inside all day working. But definitely not getting up and scrolling has been a game changer. I used to wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to pee in the middle of the night, and I would like tap on my phone and I'd like see an Instagram notification and I'd like go on there. And there I am at like 3 o'clock already doom scrolling. And when I used to wake up, the first thing I would do is like lay in my bed and just sit there and scroll for like 15, 20 minutes and then get out of bed and be rushed. And there I go, like feeling rushed already at the start of my day.
Yeah,
And
I
I
made
think that
myself a goal. Recently, it's been actually a really good habit. Like, I am not allowed to scroll in the morning until at least 10. And I think that's really helped with, like, it sounds cliche, but it's so true when people say, like, try to create more than you consume. And when you actually do try and create more than you consume, because I know we all love to create content, it helps so much. Because, like, for example, yesterday morning, I woke up and filmed a whole morning routine on check-in day that I'm gonna post, and like that could have been time that I spent scrolling, but instead I didn't even go on my phone. I just filmed what I wanted to film and went on with my day. And so I think like creating more than you're consuming really does help.
Yeah.
I think so too, and I think that looks different for everybody, but kind of coming back to like what you genuinely enjoy doing. And this sounds so silly, but I feel like sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that and you start showing up for like all the people around you or like what these people expect of you, and you're pouring into other cups and like what you need to do for work and what you need to do for your responsibilities. So I think having that little bit of time in the morning or at night or both where it's like this is my time, this is the time that I have for myself to do something I enjoy, I think that really helps. Like you guys said, like I think for me, not picking up my phone in the morning. Like I keep my phone far enough away from the bed where I don't pick it up and I get up. I start my morning routine and I don't check it until I'm done and I'm ready to start work. And I feel like just that those little mindset shifts throughout the day are really important. But I think one thing that also helps is having like a similar routine before you go to the gym. Like, what does that look like for you guys?
For me personally, I always eat my pre-workout meal like an hour at least before it has time to digest, and I really romanticize my pre-workout drinks. Every
Yes.
time I use the non-stim from Axe and Sledge, the hydraulic, I put it in a shaker cup, and like 45 minutes before I put it in a shaker cup, put water in it, put it in the freezer so I can drink it on the way to the gym, and it's like a little slushy because it's like halfway frozen. I always do that, can't live without it. And then I love it. It's
I
literally
love
the
that.
best thing ever.
Oh my god.
Y'all, it is so good. It's like
Guys, and it's in her IFBB Pro Cup because she is manifesting.
I
and I
love
got two
it.
of them.
I love it.
Anyways, I and also make my like little EAA drink. I always listen to a podcast on the way to the gym. I'm not like a music girly like going to the gym. As soon as I get to the gym, I never like car ride. I get in there, I go ahead and warm up. Always like go and pee before, and then I just get into my workout. I put my phone on do not disturb or just throw it in my gym bag.
Yeah.
And that's like my little gym routine. Nothing like fancy or anything.
Yeah, I think all of us are really similar to that too. And as silly as it sounds, I think there's so much like truth to having a cute gym outfit kind of like picked out. Like I know whenever I'm kind of struggling or I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. If I have like a cute little gym outfit, I'm like, okay, I feel good. Let's go. Let's get a good workout in.
Literally, if I like show up to the gym and like I just don't feel good about my hair, my face, or like my outfit, I do not have a good lift. And I
Yeah.
think it's because I'm like just in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of have the same similar routine. But this is gonna sound so funny. So on Mondays, you guys know, like I've mentioned before, I live with Carson. So my like pre-gym routine, always put on a cute outfit. I make my drinks. I have the hydraulic from Axe and Sledge too, the gummy bear, deadlifts and gummy bear flavor, the best. And then I have my EAAs, and then I obviously have my pre-lift meal. And it's so funny because on Mondays, I live with Carson at like 4 p.m. and I could easily eat my favorite meal, which is my rice checks with my whey drip and my blueberries and my honey. I could easily eat that in the morning and then eat like my normal lunch or like third meal before I go train with him. But I am so adamant on having that meal as my pre-workout meal that on Mondays I eat chicken, sweet potato, and apple and green beans for my first meal at like 8 a.m. because I have to have that meal before I go to the gym to make it a good lift. Like I can't,
So
like
funny.
that is it and it will not change.
I literally just made a TikTok the other day about how I'm like there's like that trend going on where it's like the lioness
Oh
does not
yes, yeah,
concern
yeah, yeah.
herself with,
I saw
yeah.
that.
I was like the lioness does not concern herself with being like a chronic meal repeater for my pre-workout meal. I
No,
kid you not, I don't remember the last time I haven't had that meal before I train.
yeah,
Cream
people
of
think I'm
rice
crazy that I
from
eat chicken.
Flavor Gang, whey drip from my protein, Rice Krispie cereal I started adding on top
Oh yeah,
because
I
my
saw
carbs
that.
came up, and berries, or the other day I did banana on it, and then almond butter.
Yeah, I
Every
have
day.
all of
When I
that.
can have a blueberry in like
Oh,
2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna pass out.
poor kid. That's like,
I'm
I
literally gonna
remember,
pass out.
oh,
I
Whoa,
just,
that is the
berry.
worst.
I've
I
had
remember
so
in
much.
prep when I was like no carb and like similar to how you are, and there was no fruit, and I was like, oh my God, I just want like what is it like from Publix? The like fruit salad.
I just want
Oh,
Oh yeah, and Grace's mom went and got that for you after your show.
oh my God, yeah, she did. That was so sweet.
Yeah.
Those are unreal. So good.
I just want a singular blueberry. But
Poor Kate.
tomorrow is week 9, and then I got one more week.
I'm gonna ship you.
And then we're gonna like slowly start adding in things like 1 or 2 times a week.
Good. You
He
need
just like
it.
I asked Mike this past week in check-ins. I was like, "How does it look like re-adding stuff back in?" And he said, "Well, like 1 or 2 times a week, like we're just gonna add like some fruit back in first because it's like the highest like FODMAP and has the most micronutrients." And he said, "We'll just start with like a handful of like blackberries or blueberries."
Good.
Mm.
And I didn't tell him, but I really think I'm gonna pass out.
This is really, really like niche, but do you guys prefer frozen fruit over like fresh fruit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, me too.
especially
and it lasts longer. Like
I know, and then you know that it's like at peak ripeness. Like I always do like the wild blueberries or like the raspberries, and then you know
yes,
that they're
Trader
not
Joe's
gonna
has
be.
the best frozen food.
Yes. And Costco too, so good. Anyways,
I'm a Sam's Club girly, but yeah. Anyways, wow, we just went off on a little tangent
Sorry.
right there.
That's all I can think about is fruit.
I know.
Oh, we were talking about our pre-gym routines. Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
I think gym routine, a morning routine, a nighttime routine is just so perfect to get you in that mode. Like if you feel like you're struggling, like staying motivated, I always tell my girls have a routine that
Yep.
you look forward to. Like if you look forward to your pre-workout meal, you're gonna look forward to your workout.
Exactly.
So find a
Yeah.
pre-workout meal you like, put some cereal in a bowl, put some blueberries in there, and I promise you will have a great
You will
workout.
be good. I think that's the key with all of it is like find these little ways throughout your day to like, as tacky as it sounds, to romanticize it. Because like there's no need for us to be going through every part of the day and just not enjoying it. And I know it's something that I'm working on. I think all three of us are working on it. But romanticize every little piece. And it's something I tell my clients too when they're, struggling with like their nutrition targets or something. I'm like, really make an effort to create meals for yourself that you genuinely enjoy and that you look forward to. And I think the more that you can build that into every little part of your day, create those little things that you look forward to, and then you're going to love your routine so much more.
When I was in prep this past year, of course, like my food wasn't high, so I didn't have like a specific meal I looked forward to. But I'd wake up at 3:30 in the morning every morning to go get on the stairmaster for an hour before my work day. But it was the Rise energy drinks, like the pink strawberry splash. And I would drink that every single morning on the way to the gym to do my cardio. And I looked forward to it. And it helped me
Yes.
like get out of bed because I was just so excited to drink that and drive to the gym.
Exactly. It's silly as it sounds. Like for me, that's like my EAAs. I remember when I was deep in prep and cardio was super high and I had my fasted cardio. That was when I was at like 90 minutes on the stairs and I was like, this sucks. But then I was like, okay, this is what I gotta do. So I mixed up my little EAAs and I got on my Stairmaster and I was like, okay, at least I have this to look forward to. Or I would even save YouTube videos or like podcasts that I wanted to listen to, do it during my cardio because then it's
Yeah,
something that you can kind of look forward
I
to
do
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, now I think that we talked about our morning routine, we talked about our pre-gym routine, so maybe we can talk about, towards in the gym, why comparison is going to kill your glow up, and then maybe we could talk about our gym pet peeves and then end with our current obsessions. I think that'd be a little fun one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I think one of the biggest things in the gym for me is really making it like my time. And this is something I tell my clients too. Like, this is your time, headphones on, head down in your lift, focusing on progressing. I'm not checking my phone. I have it on I have like the separate do not disturb that's like programmed to go on when I'm in the gym because it's so easy to just start scrolling and then you're going to be comparing yourself to other people that you see on social media. I'm not looking at, other people in the gym and what they're doing and what they look like and unless it's, from a positive standpoint and like talking to people, but I'm not trying to compare myself to other people. I'm really focusing on what I need to do and showing up and again, romanticizing it and enjoying it and knowing that I'm there to grow and progress from last week.
Yeah. When I go into the gym, my phone always goes on Do Not Disturb. I put my headphones in, and then I always have a gym playlist, and I have two that I've been loving. The first one's actually Kate's Spotify Glue Pump, the
Wait,
best.
I need the link. I
Oh
don't have
my god,
it.
it's so good. It's actually like I'm not even just like saying this, Kate. That is a fire ass pod or
Wait, do you guys this is so random. Do you guys like 70s and 80s like rock at all? I'm gonna send you guys my playlist. I have
yeah.
like a 70s and 80s
I
gym.
listen to Kate's and then I also listen to Brenda Anton's Throwback, and there's just something about throwbacks in the gym that just get me going.
So
I don't know why.
good.
I love country music. Like obviously I grew up in the South. Like that's what I listen to all the time. But in the gym, like throwbacks or Kate's Glue Pump, it has me going. And if you do not have a good gym playlist, I am telling you, a good gym playlist makes you lift 10 times heavier. You can't tell me
It's
otherwise.
just a fact. It's just a fact.
But anyways, I put my headphones in, I lock in, and recently my lifts have been so good. I don't know what changed and what happened, But recently I've been loving going into the gym. I've been progressing, and even so, like the other day, these two guys were trying to talk to me, and in the middle of them trying to talk to me, I literally had to stop them, and I was like, I'm gonna get back to my lift now. Like, don't talk to me in the gym. This is my time. I don't want to talk. Like, let me do my thing. They were like asking me questions about my kickback, and I'm like, I'm literally in the middle of my workout. Like, can we stop, please?
Yeah, I'm the same way, but yeah, if you want the Spotify details, just look at Caitlin Corner. It's literally glute pump, but I have
It's
like
so
15 videos.
cute.
It's 10 hours long, so and
No,
You
it's
honestly,
so
just sent
good.
it to us, and I was like,
I'm
what?
not even like just making that up. That
no,
fire.
I love it, and I cannot. I've never ever, knock on wood, worked out without headphones like the past like 4 years. I've never like been the person that like forgot my headphones or they died. Like I always make sure I plug my headphones
Are
in.
we over the head headphones or are we AirPods?
I'm like AirPod. Mine's
I'm over
always.
the head.
I'm AirPod because I have such a small head that I put the big headphones on and I look like a freaking astronaut.
I always look so silly, but I can't. The whatever the heck they're called, earbuds, whatever. They
Yeah.
always like fall out of my ears when I'm doing kickbacks.
My
So I had
head's
to get
my
headphones.
head is too big, and I think the headphones just make my head look even bigger.
Oh
I
my.
do not think so.
I have my Beats and I have my AirPods and I'm an AirPods girl. I also feel like just when I video myself, I like look back and sometimes with the big headphones on, I'm like, this is just not it. I look so stupid.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get used to it. But
Yeah.
honestly, okay, this is like weird. Like even when I say this to people, they're like, "What?" I honestly was the person that didn't really work out with music. Like a lot of times I'll just forget to like put my headphones on. And I don't know if it's just like the voices, just the thoughts in my head are just keeping me going. But I have been trying to like listen to music more because I feel like it helps me like lock in a little bit and not start to think about work or what I need to be doing. It's like, okay, this is the time where I'm going to be training and showing up for myself.
I always have music playing, but sometimes I'll like listen in really, and I'm like, what am I listening to? And it'll be like some like gospel.
Yeah. And like you like you're
All
listening
for
but it's
about
like blacked out. You're like not paying attention to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
or it'll be like
I
some
that
country
too.
song about somebody like running over somebody or something.
Yeah.
Like, how did I get here? Um, but Lane, he listens to podcasts. I couldn't do that while I work out. I think that would distract me.
I've done that before, and yeah, I'm the same way. I just start to listen to them and not think about like the tempo in my rep or like connecting to the muscle group that I need to. So I'm like, I would rather just throw on music where I'm not thinking.
Yeah, but I'm the same way with like Caroline said. Like I love seeing my friends in the gym and waving to them, but I'm usually in a rush. And some people do come up and they want to conversate. And how do y'all like approach those situations? Like I think it would be kind of cool to be like, here's some tips because I know a lot of girls especially struggle with this.
Uh, it depends on who it is. So like if I'm back at my home gym, like visiting, yes, like I'll definitely chit chat a little bit. But if it's like someone that I don't know or I have a friend that walks up to me, like I'll say hi. Like I'm not gonna obviously be rude, but I will try and keep the conversation short. I'm just like, hey, how are you doing? And then they're like, good, how are you? And I'm like, good. And then I just get back to my lift. Like I try and leave my headphones in, and I know this is so rude, but sometimes if I don't know people and I have my headphones in and they are trying to talk to me, I will pretend that I can't hear them.
I do the same.
Do you guys do that?
That's
I
so
like
funny.
pretend that I can't hear them and I just keep doing my movement, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, but not today.
I've
That is
had
so
several people come up to me literally while I'm in the middle of the set and like stand there, and I know they're gonna talk to me, and I'm just like, I'm not stopping my set to talk.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm doing like kickbacks or something, and I literally close my eyes, and I'm just like becoming like a real focus. I do close my eyes already, but I'm like extra, like from rep one.
Yep.
See, I think that's the thing for me is when I'm doing my when I'm doing my lift, I low key look crazy. Like my eyes are closed. I'm like like I'm so like locked in. I think all of us are like that. And I don't really get approached during my set, or maybe I'm so like zoned in, like hyper focused, it's so bad I don't notice it. But if I think that's definitely what happens because I'll like look up after my set and somebody will be there being like, oh, like how many more sets do you have left or something, and then I talk to them. So I think that's kind of how I approach it. Is like I do love to like talk to people in the gym, especially when I was in South Florida before Bradley and I moved up to Orlando. Like all of our friends were in the gym. My coach owned the gym. Like, we knew everybody there. So every time I would go there, that was kind of like, oh, okay, I could see my people. And I was fortunate enough to like not usually be in a rush. So I would just chat with them. But if I was in a rush, I would be like, kind of I would chit chat like you guys are saying, but then I would be like, okay, I'm gonna get back to my set. Like I think that's completely fine. You don't feel the need to be like, okay, I need to have a full on conversation with these people. You can like say hi and do your thing and then be like, all right, I'm gonna get back to my set, like have a good lift. That's kind of how those interactions usually go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew we were going to talk about gym pet peeves, but that's probably one of my biggest ones is like people coming up and like just want to talk for like 20 minutes. Because it throws me off because in the back
Yeah,
of my head, I'm like, I've literally only done like abductions. I still have to do hip thrusts and like I'm anxious
exactly.
thinking about that. Like I want to go over there, get it done, kill it, and not just like sit here and like let the pre-workout like work out of me.
That's like what throws me off too because I start thinking about all these things like, oh, okay, well, I had my pre-workout meal an hour and a half ago, so I need to be like on it right now. And then even like the rest between my sets, I'm like, I don't want to throw that off. So I think honestly, like, I've been really into time blocking and trying to fit everything into a day. So I am very structured and I feel the need to like rush through my workout sometimes, but I try and like take it one thing at a time. But I think since like changing gyms, there's not many people that I know at this gym now. And it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's not many people to chat to. So I haven't really had to deal with that for a while.
That's how I
I
got to be in January.
I
Yeah.
have two huge pet peeves. Actually, three, but the third is just like a me problem. My, it literally is. I text Kate about it. My first is re-rack your weights. If
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
lift the weight, you can put it back. I don't mind if you're leaving 145 on the side because probably, anyone going to the machine can lift 145-pound plate. But if you are putting 4 plates on the side, doing your reps, and then leaving it, if you can't unrack it, don't be pushing the weight.
Okay, because
Please.
also, okay, this is what like hurts my heart. Imagine an older woman like going into the gym and she's so excited to like get on a leg press or get on this machine and she can't unrack it. Like that, I don't know, like maybe that's like a weird thing to say,
No,
but that's immediately where my head goes to. Is I'm like that just breaks my heart.
yeah.
And I remember, okay, this is like kind of like silly. It makes me laugh a little bit because I'm like I'm not usually a confrontational person at all. And like that is like the furthest thing for me. Like that makes me so anxious. And I remember like when I was deep in prep one time, this was when I was in South Florida. There were like these high school boys that were in the gym, and this is a private gym, by the way. Like this is like max like 400 members. Like it's very small, and they left. I think that they were trying to be cool. They left 6 plates on each side of the leg press. And I literally walked up to them because it made me so upset. And I would never do this if I wasn't like deep in prep. But I remember like going up to them. They were on the squat rack and I was like, hey, like, are you guys still using the leg press? They're like, no, no, we're all good. I'm like, okay, then can you go over there and unrack it? Like, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be losing that many, like, I don't know.
My second pet peeve is people being on their phone during their lift. Like we talked about, like get off your phone, please. Get
Especially
off
if
your
you're just
phone.
sitting on a machine for
I
so
don't mind if you're like, timing your reps or like filming or something, but don't
No.
be sitting on your phone, calling people, texting people. And that leads to my third biggest pet peeve, and this is such a me problem. And I text Kate about it when people are on the machine that I need. Like my workout has to go in order, and when people are on the machine that I need, I'm like, can you get off? I need that.
That's one thing though, because I think it's like important to bring this up too, because I think a lot of our viewers would struggle with that, where it's like, oh shoot, like they're on it, so I can't use it. Now I have to like
I
work,
just
like
figure out my
figure it
lift.
out. What I do is like, and this I think is perfectly fine. I don't know. I think maybe some people like I have to figure out like a good way to do it, but I always go up to them and I'm like, hey, like how many sets do you have left? That is a perfectly okay thing to do. And I will literally like I'll just be like, yeah, take your time, like I'll use it after you. Sometimes I'll be like, oh okay, like can I work in with you? Is that okay? Because I do like to keep my workout in the same order. So you're allowed to do that. I think do it in a nice way. Don't rush people. Don't just stand there and be like, okay, when are you going to be done? But it's perfectly okay to be like, oh, like how many sets do you have left? Like I'm going to do it next because I'm the same way as you, Caroline. Like I'm going to do it in the same like order every time.
yeah, if I have to change my order around, I always just make a note in my logbook. Sometimes my gym only has one Smith machine, and I do
Yep.
hip thrusts and squats on there. So like if it's taken, I have to like put RDLs above both of those, because usually I just can't sit around and wait. But
Yeah.
if I do that, I make a note because of course my RDLs are going to be stronger than they usually are. But I just make a note of that, and that next week when I go and my workout goes hip thrust, squats, RDLs like it's supposed to, and I'm not hitting the same weight as last week, I'm like, okay, this last week I put RDLs first. But
Yeah.
what you said about people being on their phones, I cannot stand when people are on their phones like doing a set like on the leg press.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god. It like just thinking about it, it's like gonna make me stroke out. It like pisses me off so bad.
Like there's no way you're feeling the mind to muscle connection or actually getting anything out of it.
Well,
You might
because
as well just go home and sit on your couch on your phone.
yeah, and especially if I need the machine, I'm just like, what's the point? Like someone will come. There's this one person that comes to my gym. He like sits on his phone like doing abductions, and I'm just like, dude, get off the phone at least.
Okay,
It,
well, I think something I know we like have to get off. Kate is has big things in the works, but I think we can end on like our current gym obsessions. I think that we all definitely have some, and our viewers would love to hear that because I know I get so many questions on like my shot my and things that I'm using and doing. So, Kate, you go first.
I think we should all do like three exercises we're loving, and then maybe like gym wear or something.
Perfect.
yeah.
So gym wear for me is always going to be defined. Love their shorts, and I'm really big into like a cute sports bra, like even like a cap tee. It makes my shoulders feel big, even though they aren't. Exercises. I guess we could do like glutes and like a shoulder or something.
Yeah.
For me, two glute exercises is going to be a Smith machine hip thrust. Nothing compares, in my opinion. I've never like just fit into a machine, so I love like a Smith machine, and not like a diagonal one. I love like a straight up and down. I love getting a bench and putting it like slightly like declined. If you're on YouTube, you can see. But if not, we have a bench that's like flat, but it's kind of tall, so like I'll get a step up. And then also my second exercise for glutes, I love a belt squat RDL and really focus on
Yes.
back. And then shoulder, it's always going to be lateral raises.
Yeah. For gym clothes, I'm a little biased, but I would say TLF. I've been loving their stuff lately. They've been coming out with like more, like kind of like streetwear. It's been
I saw
fun. Like,
that.
yeah, they came out with like all the track suits, and it's been so cool because I've been with TLF for I think a little bit over a year, and they're like, I'll keep it short. I'm not going to ramble about this, but they're like headquartered in Fort Lauderdale, which is really close to where I used to live. Went to college there for 4 years, and Caroline came down and visited me when I lived there. Went to the TLF headquarters. Now they have Ronnie Coleman, they have Angelica, they have Janet, I think. Like, I think they have Jazzy now. Like, they have so many top level competitors. They have Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia. Like, it's been really cool to kind of associate with that. But, anyways, I've been loving their stuff. Like, I love a baggy sweatpant with like the seamless set, or the strappy sports bra. But, anyways, I could ramble about that forever. Love that. And then I would say for training, okay, my favorite day to train is definitely shoulders. I have to say lateral raises are definitely my favorite movement as well. But what I love doing is I'll do two working sets to failure. And then my last set, I do like a drop set. So if I'm picking up like the 15s and I can get like maybe like six with that, like that's heavy for me. Then I drop it and I do 10, like tens until failure, and then fives to failure. And those fives feel like a house by the end of that. But I would say that's my favorite.
Perfect. For me, gym clothes I'm loving right now is Honor because I just love my stuff. But I have been loving Young LA stuff, and I cannot wait for their Black Friday drop. So I will definitely be buying some of that. And I think that it's so funny. I was telling Carson about this. I have like two sides of the gym to me. I have like my like bodybuilding, like hardcore, like Young LA street style vibe, and then I also have my like cutesy little princess like Honor stuff. And it's so funny. Like no one knows what they're gonna get when I walk into the gym.
I
The
love
other day
it.
I walked in and literally looked like a total boy, and then the next day I walk in and have this like cute little princess outfit on. So
I love it.
that's me. And I've also been loving the headbands recently. I know we all love them.
I
Kate,
should have
you're
worn
missing yours
mine.
today. I threw it in because I still have my pajamas on. I was like, all right, I'll go
No,
for
so do
it.
I.
I do too.
Yeah, I literally have my skim shirt and my sweatpants. So anyways, and then my favorite movements I'm loving right now, two for leg day. I have been loving glute bias squats. They've just been feeling so good. And I used to hate this movement, but I have been loving Smith machine reverse lunges. I've been feeling so strong in them and like progressing each week and really keeping good tempo and
I
they
did my
have,
Bulgarians on the Smith machine yesterday and they felt so
yeah,
good. I
they've
haven't
been
done that in
feeling
a while.
so good. I wake up sore from my no, Thursday leg days. I wake up sore for my Thursday leg days every week. So those are my two favorite. And then also, of course, lateral raises, my favorite shoulder exercise. But I have been loving, ever since I started working with Mike, I've been doing cuffed lateral raises, like cross cable. And I love those. So love lateral raises, but I think like those ones specifically have been my go-to.
I
Love it.
love a cable because of constant tension, but also like
So
with
good.
the rear
Yes.
delt movement, I'm obsessed with like just
The cross.
ab 3D rear delts. So
Yes.
like I love like any
Yes.
rear delt exercise.
I agree.
Yeah. But I think that all goes to say, like, it's kind of cool how we all have different favorite exercises and we're all doing different movements. And I think the thing that I want to end on is like, do not compare your journey to someone else's journey or your training or what you want to wear or what you do in the gym to anyone else's. Like, I posted my check ins yesterday from when I first sent my check ins to my coach that I'm working with now and my most recent ones. And I posted in the caption and I was like, I've lost my cycle. No one knows that if they don't know me. I've gone through 3 coaches, multiple training programs, multiple nutrition plans, multiple bulks and cuts. Like, you cannot compare your day one to someone else's day one or your day one to someone else's day 300. Like, your journey and your path is going to be your journey and your path.
Exactly. And the minute that you start to compare yourself to other people, like you're robbing yourself of your own progress. So I think that we can't stress that enough. Like we've said it once and we're gonna say it a million more times. But
Yeah, comparison is literally like the thief of joy, like they say, but it's also like the thief of like your progress and mental
yeah,
health. Because we're
yeah,
all in different spots, so you just have to focus on you and don't worry about anyone else.
yeah, yeah. So I think the theme of today was romanticize every little part of your journey, of your day, of the gym. But I think that's a good spot to leave off on.
Awesome. Well, as always, we will see you guys on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and if you want to watch us, yeah, you can watch us on YouTube every Monday at 5 p.m. So we will see you guys next week on Gym Girls Unfiltered.
Bye.
Bye.